We're going to write a 5-paragraph essay, and it maybe has been a while for you since you've written a 5-paragraph essay. And so I want you to be really clear about the structure of a 5-paragraph essay. A 5-paragraph essay has an introduction with a hook, background information, and a thesis statement. It also has 3 body paragraphs that each make a point, have evidence, and then elaborate on that evidence. The concluding paragraph is sort of a mirror image of the introduction paragraph because it has the summary of the thesis, summary of points, and then concluding statements. All right, well, what is a thesis? Let's start with that. A thesis is the central argument you make in an essay or speech. It is arguable, it is specific, and it is based on evidence. Here's an example of a thesis statement that would be too obvious. Cooper is a high school. Yeah, it's true, but it's obvious. There's nothing to argue here because everybody knows it's a high school. You want to find something instead that can make an argument so that somebody could potentially take the opposing side. It is, here's an example of a better thesis statement. Cooper does a better job preparing students for the future than many other Minnesota schools. Now that is arguable. Some people might take a different side, right? It's not obvious. All right, how about this one? Thesis statements also use textual evidence. If your argument doesn't actually connect to the text, to the book we're reading of Mice and Men, it's not going to hold up to a thesis. So here's an example of a strong thesis statement. The character, Ruth Younger from A Raisin in the Sun, won't give up on her dream to build a better home for her family and uses the symbol of wanting a new home to symbolize wanting better for her family. It's arguable, it's specific, it's based on evidence, it's not too obvious, and it uses textual evidence. How about this one? Beneatha Younger in A Raisin in the Sun is a strong, independent Black woman who dreams of becoming a doctor no matter what challenges she faces. And she learns to express African culture through her hair, though it wasn't common in the 1950s. Arguable, specific, based on evidence, not too obvious, uses textual evidence. Last one. In A Raisin in the Sun, Mama, Lena Younger's dream is to buy a house for her whole family, and Lorraine Hansberry uses the symbol of the house to represent a new beginning for the Younger family. Okay, so now you need to write your thesis statement based on your line of inquiry that you have chosen. All right, so look at your packet, choose one of the lines of inquiry if you haven't yet. Find a blank space in your packet and write down a possible thesis statement showing your argument about that line of inquiry. Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck communicates the message that you complete the sentence through blank literary lens. And remember, for the literary lens, we looked at 3 different ones. So you're either going to write through the Marxist literary lens, through the feminist literary lens, or through the social justice literary lens. Theme is the next part of this video. A theme is a central message of a text. It should be written as a full sentence, and you want to answer the question, what is the message of the text? What is the meaning the author wants us to understand? We can use a motif to help us understand the theme. So, for example, in A Raisin in the Sun, the plant is a symbol or motif, and it shows that family, no matter what their condition is important and should be treasured. Money is a symbol or a motif. By the way, the difference between a symbol and a motif is just that a motif reoccurs. It comes up more than once. And so really all of these symbols are also motifs. So money as a motif. Pride is more important than money. Racism. Racism can impact the lives and relationships of African American people. Those are some good themes to write that are written in complete sentences. Once again, it needs to be based off of textual evidence. So dreams, powerlessness, and loneliness are the key 3 themes that we were looking at in Of Mice and Men. And you'll need to make sure when you make a point about this theme that it's a complete sentence. It's something interesting that Steinbeck is trying to say through writing this book. Oh, we had a 4th one, fate. Don't forget about fate. It's our fate to not forget about fate. All right, here is an example of a theme. The things we love can end up hurting us. So we can use the theme topics we've studied to help us write a theme. So any of the topics that are in the line of inquiry can help us with this. Look at your packet, choose one of the theme topics, and find a blank space in your packet and write down a possible theme. Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck communicates the theme that. Make it something about either loneliness, powerlessness, fate, or the 4th one, dreams. All right. Thesis statements are often based off of themes from stories. So for our summative assessment, your thesis will be answering a question connected to one of the 4 theme topics. And that's how they're organized in the packet. You'll notice that all of the questions about dream are together, all the questions about loneliness are together, etc. Good luck to you as you work on theme and thesis matching, and then as you go on to actually plan your essay in 2.7. Let me know how I can help you.